Yeah, it happened.
Hi, good evening, Akash. So good to see you. We are now the alumni of Great Lakes Institute of Management. And today I am happy because of many reasons. First, the kind of person you are. I have seen your journey. I have been appreciating your journey to my friends, to my colleagues, and almost to whosoever have come across to me. I was talking about one thing very particularly, that this is how your MBA should be done. You should be on your toes for 24 hours, all 365 days. That is the meaning of full-time MBA is. It's not just you are here to have any cushion or comfort. That's not going to be the life over here in MBA. So for that reason, I really, really appreciate you for that. And I'm happy again. And this is my first episode, first video on my channel. And I wanted to have somebody like you, who have lived this journey throughout, in the name of MBA. So I would like to start this session with a short introduction of yours, also talking about pre-MBA journey and how your last 1 year PGPM was at Great Lakes, and how did it differentiate you now as a person, since you have passed it now, right? So yeah, talk us through your journey with your introduction as well. Over to you, Akash.
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much, Aditya, for inviting me on your platform. Uh, Let me talk about my pre-MBA journey. Then I'll talk about my experience in Great Lakes. Post that, what I learned from the whole journey. Talking about my pre-MBA journey, I'm a triple nine pointer. So I did my engineering from Tier 3 Institute, right? I was very studious from my childhood. So I was preparing for my IIT examinations, but due to some mistakes, I was not able to get into IIT. That has always in my mind that if I'm not able to get into IIT, let's see, I'll look down to for any top B school in the country. So in the third year of engineering, when I was there, uh, there was lockdown came, right? And during that lockdown, I talked to some professors in my BTech days, and I told them that, sir, I know that I can crack the job in the campus itself, but apart from this, I think I should do something. So they told me that if you're good at people management, go for an MBA. And I also taken a lot of initiatives during my days as a placement coordinator in my BTech days, and I was also part of ECEL where we called out Raj Shamami when Raj Shamami
Oh,
had
that's
almost
great.
200K followers, right?
Oh,
And I was the one who took the initiative to call him to connect to his PR team, and that was the one moment where I realized I'm good at people management, right? So once during my final year, placement drive started. In the August itself, I got placed. So I was having almost 8 to 9 months to spend out. So two to three friends were there. They told me that, bro, you are good at mathematics, and I was always good at mathematics. I was having that 100 on your 10th, 12th, and my M1, M2 in my engineering. So when I appeared, so one of my closest friend, he was going for GRE. So he told me to give application of GRE as well as SNAP examination. So in the final year of engineering, I just attempted SNAP, which is Symbiosis Institute for SIBM Pune and SMHRD. And I don't know how I scored, but I scored 99.48 in the first attempt. I was
that's
like,
great.
bro, it is going great. Yeah.
Mhm.
So and the results announced on the mid of February, March. And then that time after 2 to 3 months I got joining from Cognizant, right? So before Cognizant I also interned with them, and they gave me PPO. So that time I got the result from SIBM Pune, and during my office days, I got two options whether I should. That time I was not able to crack SIBM Pune. They told me abruptly that you are too early for this program. The people who are coming there, they are from IITs and ITS. I was like,
Right.
bro, I need to do something. I was okay with this because the background the students are coming to this college,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the background that I had not that at IIT IM Tech.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
It's one of the
talked to some
top three schools. Yeah.
yes. So I
Yeah.
talked to some people there in my office. They told me that go for one more attempt, and also during this time you would be having 1 to 2 years of work ex, right? So I again attempted, and in the first year during my final days I was not attempted CAT. In the first time I attempted CAT, I failed out miserably. I scored 84 percentile, but my percentile when it comes to Snap, sorry, the VRC and DRA was not good,
Mm.
and I just completed 5 months.
Yeah.
Though I converted, see, during the journey of 2 years of my MBA, I cracked 35 plus B schools. I cracked from, going store management, SIDTM, SIB, SIBM, sorry, SMHRD, business analytics. Along with that, again, I was disappointed that, last year I was into the top tier institute and this year I was not getting any B school, right? So I just completed 5 months into the industry. Then I thought that let's make another attempt during this B school. And it was quite tough for me because as you grow in the corporate, the responsibility is going to increase.
Yeah, yeah, of
So
course.
I was getting very late. Yeah, I was getting very less time to prepare for it. Still, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. office. Post that 1 hours of break and 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the evening. I used to study for these examinations. And in the second attempt, yes, I cracked some IIMs. I left out. I am Sambalpur. I am Jammu. I am Bodh Gaya. I was not able to get into Blackie, but I cracked some IIMs and last moment Great Lakes came to me. I was like, bro, 1 year MBA,
Yeah,
that would be a better choice for me. I talked to some people in the campus,
yeah,
and that's how I made a decision of getting into Great Lakes. Yeah,
yeah. It
that is
adds
the
a lot of
first part.
value. Yeah,
Yeah, coming to the Great Lakes, I think if I would not have been into Great Lakes, I would have been in a position where my critical thinking, decision making, communication, articulation, as well as people management skill would not be honed out.
yeah,
I met one of the smart brains from the country. I'm I met almost 3 to 4 IITians, 10 to 12 NITians, and the people who have been to national level. I would say football in people, sport persons. Some people were very good when it comes to national. I would say they have been to chase. There were 2 to 3 guys who are national level. Uh, you know, swimming superstars. So yes, this is the first time I realized that it's not only academics, it's people management. It's the combination of talking to different set of people and taking different position of responsibility, right? So that's how I see. It's some Most of the times people often tell me that you it's quite easy for you to get into placement committee, get into product management club. Yes, it was easy for me. When people used to talk about, they're in campus, getting into placement committee is a big task for other students. For me, I was like, okay, I'll write one form because add all these things on my CV. And on my master CV. I just have to put, do here and there in that CV and post that CV to the CCS. This is how I got into placement committee. When it comes to product management club, yes, there were a lot of things there. Only 40 students were selected out around a batch of 300 people in the campus. And again, it was quite easy for me because I was quite prepared for Great Lakes. I almost talked to all the people who have been there and done that before coming to the campus. And lastly, placement is a different fertilize, I would say.
yeah, yeah.
It's a combination of luck plus the efforts that you put into process.
Placement, yeah.
And the thing,
Even in my opinion, placement is entirely different thing, right? You just cannot mix it with your experience of 1 year or maybe your journey actually. As Mohan
yes,
Lakham Raju, our chairman, also says that journey is the reward, right?
right.
Yeah,
See, placement is a different fertilizer. Why I'm saying it's a common. Getting into B school is a different phenomena.
yeah,
Your skill set and your communication matters. But getting into corporate interviews, whether you are fitment for the role matters a lot
yeah,
as compared to how smart are you,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And talking about the last part of my, first question, which is what I learned.
yeah,
The important aspect that I learned during my B school journey is, people management. I have never talked to different people. I would say the smartest minds of the country, right? The smart When 300 smartest folks are sitting down in a lane,
yeah.
you can understand how much you can learn from them. I learned a lot
Exactly.
of things from different.
And not only that, Akash, just to add on it, I mean, they all have at least 2 years of 3 years of experience, right? Averaging 3 years of experience. So you can just multiply with that 300 folks. So it's going to be 900 years of experience you are, going to get in that lane, right? As you talked about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say not 900. I would say double of it because I was the youngest in the campus, and the
Yeah.
people who I am roaming with them,
Yeah.
they had a group of 13 to 14 people, right?
Yeah.
All the people would be having work ex in between 4 to 8 years of
That's great.
work ex. So yeah,
That's great.
it was very tough for me to manage with them because the mindset. the attitude. And once you work, all these people are not freshers. These are the people who worked in the industry and they came for a 1 year MBA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So initially it was tough for me to join with them, but if you are extrovert in MBA, all the
Yeah.
things would be very easy for you. I was one of
Exactly.
the yeah. If you ask anyone in the campus itself that who is Akash, everyone knows it because of my extrovertism,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's how I connected to different set of people.
Yeah. That's a great journey. I mean, and that is why I started with it, saying that the kind of person, the kind of journey you have been through in Great Lakes, that speaks in volume. And because of that, I think we have never had conversations this way, right? And we are here today, and you are on my first episode, so that speaks in volume, right? The kind of impact you have had. So coming back to the next question, and I really wanted to discuss it. I see a lot of, and one more thing I want to add. The journey has been quite similar till you talk about IITs and everything. Even I have had this kind of pain. When I failed IIT, I was not able to get through it, and it was different kind of pain. Then I wandered everywhere, almost everywhere. Actually, in journalism, I did some sort of thing, and then whatnot. And then coming here was a great experience. I always wanted a break, a platform where I can go and I can just, put myself there and experiment everything or anything that comes my way. And that is what I have done in last 1 year. Okay, so going ahead, just it was another point to add on that. So, a lot of folks come to the campus, in my observation, that has been my observation. And, they just think that classroom, lectures, doing project assignments are more than enough. Now you can go to the campus, you can go to the hostel, your job is done. And I mean, I've seen folks, I won't take obviously the name, but I've seen folks across the campuses, across colleges, that these are in practice. People go to class, people come from class, do project, do assignments. So what do you think about these kind of practice? Does MBA, like MBA, is it the meaning of MBA? What do you think
Uh,
about it?
for me, I would take a different curve for this question.
Yeah.
Uh, if you ask me the same question during my BTech days,
Yeah.
I was the same kind of person.
Yeah.
But corporate teaches me a lot of things. And after coming to the campus, I realized that, okay, the things that all the people are doing, I'm not going to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having that 80% attendance criteria, I'll fulfill it out.
Yeah.
But whatever time that I'm going to get,
Yeah.
I'll use it for my own personal growth.
Yeah.
I'll use it to spend it out to talk to different set of people. I'll build my industry connection and
Yeah.
I'll participate in different activities as well as clubs and committees. So
Clubs
this
and
is how I
committees. Yeah.
spend out my time.
Yeah.
Because I know some people are very studious. I was also one of them. I was also kind of top three to four people in product management. But you know, if you know the importance of time management,
Yeah.
if you understand how you can manage your academics as well as your personal activities, and I
Yeah.
was also pursued a lot of sports uh, up to my corporate career. I have never pursued my sports, but in Great Lakes, if you see our group of 13 to 14 people, we played each and every sport. So we have managed academics. We were able to get placed before December. We were able to manage our own portfolio, and each person was different. One of my closest friend was a trader. He was good, very good at trading. I was very good at people management, and building my portfolio. One of my another friend, he's having one of the biggest portfolio in terms of stock. One of my friend was very good at sports. He's going to join roadies maybe next year. So this was my colleague group, I would say. So every person has different set of things in their plate. Everyone is good at something
Yeah.
apart from academics,
Yeah.
and there was like 70% of the crowd. I would say 60% of the crowd who was very rigorous towards academics.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
it was a yeah.
to some extent, being rigorous is fine, but I think, in my opinion, in my view, MBA is obviously not about just academics. This is not some degree course. You are here for
Mhm.
your transformation. How you transform yourself, how you become 2.0 of yourself in 1 year time or in 2 year time. And that won't happen if you just in books, if you're just in classrooms, you have to go beyond that. You have to break your limits, right? And I think that that's what you were talking about also, right? Because you talked about how did you manage your sports, how did you manage your academic rigor as well, how did you participate in the different clubs and committees we do have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the question I was asking. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you asked me,
Hmm.
the importance of academics. See, this is not a BTech program where,
Yeah.
according to your academics, you will be taken into final placements.
Yeah.
1 year MBA, when it comes to Great Lakes, it all boils down to your overall personality.
Yep.
How good you build your business acumen,
Yeah.
how good you are with communication,
Hmm.
how good when it comes to critical thinking and decision making. And if you stand out in a crowd of 300 people, that is far better than having a nerdy mindset. See, I'll tell you the reality. When I was doing my MBA, uh, I have seen the dean merit list guy getting one of the lowest package just because he was not having that right attitude. No, it's just that if you're not extrovert, if you only focus towards academics,
Yeah.
things not gonna fall for you. And this
Yeah.
has happened with me. And
Yeah.
I've seen people who were very good when it comes to extrovertism, when it comes to uh, participating in different events and clubs and committees. They got placed in the first attempt of their companies.
Yeah.
So yes, when it comes to placements, when it comes to opportunities, you need to bring out your own personality.
Yeah.
That should be real, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not that personality, you have to build it out.
Build it out.
Otherwise, worse can happen to you.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so taking this further, and now you know that Great Lakes PGPM 26 batch has now taken off. They have started their journey, and we know how this journey, is going to be for 1 year. So, what message you want to give it to them? Like, how should they approach the whole 1 year MBA? Based on your experience, maybe you might have done some mistakes. Based on your mistakes, your achievements, or your positive experience, or whatsoever that has worked for you. So what would be your message to them, Akash?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that's a kind of a tricky question because every person has a different set of mindset and different pathway.
Yeah.
For me, I'll tell you things that you should do in the campus itself.
Yeah.
Try to get into placement committee or any committee. For me,
Hmm.
the first committee was placement committee, so yes, that was for me. But apart from placement committee, there's a BPR committee, there's
Yeah.
an alumni committee,
I was the part of
there's
BPR
a
committee from Gurgaon
yes,
campus. Yeah.
you're going to have a lot of opportunities there. Sometimes I feel that I should have gone into BPR as compared to placement because you are only talking to corporates as compared to your in BPR you meet different set of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Second thing is sports.
Hmm.
I know for first 3 to 4 months, no one in the campus itself pursue a lot of sports because what happens in 1 year of MBA, people think that we are having this 6 to 8 hours of classes, and remaining time that they are going to get, they should. I was also having the same mindset that if I'm getting 3 to 4 hours of daily, I should focus it out towards my placement preparation or do something which will help me during my placement. That was one of the worst mistake that I did. If I'm having 4 hours, I should spend 1 hour to sports, 30 minutes to talking to professors and the people who are there, and remaining time I should have gone to my academics and placement preparation. Third thing is most of the times people are not extrovert. See, you need to talk to see this is the only opportunity where you're gonna get opportunity to talk to people. I have
100%.
seen, yes, I have seen the people who are not never talked to anyone. They're struggling to get placed.
Yeah.
Right now, they got placed, but it took almost 8 to 9 months to get placed.
Yeah.
They are very smart when it comes to if the large amount of data that is given to you or
Hmm.
that person can scratch out and find out the pattern from the data within 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you tell him to express that data or elaborate the data to in front of 300 to 400 people, he can't do it
Yeah.
just because he's not extrovert. He's not having that ability to talk to different set of people. So you need to be extrovert.
Yeah.
That is the first thing that I would like to tell you. Second thing is in terms of skills. your group matters a lot. For me, I was quite fortunate, and I was see, if you're having a lot of connections now, people will definitely come to you and ask you. But many times it has not happened with a lot of people. They are not in the groups. They are going lonely or something like that, right? So
Mhm.
be always in a group where people are ambitious, people are helpful in every activity. During my placement days, I got placed in day one. So there were some friends of a friend of mine who were not able to place. So we have sat them with them until unless they get placed. And we have decided within the 15 to 20 days of initial days of great list that we are not going to celebrate the everyone's placement. I would say celebration until unless everyone from our group gonna get placed.
Yeah.
And once we got placed, we started one initiative where we told our batchmates that anyone want any help in terms of placement, we are there to help you. So this is how we had cross collaborated with different set of people.
All right. Now, one very important question that comes with my experience also on campus, and I think you might have experienced the same. If not, let's be honest. So, when you do something extraordinary, I would say, or when you do something that is out of the box, that is not the conservative thought process that is coming there. Let's say you started personal branding, you started your own YouTube channel. Let's say I started working on my LinkedIn, and I think that has worked really one that has done wonders for me, right? In some way or the other that I know. And even I started competing, and I have done 20 plus competitions. I have won two, three. I was on podium. So, people or folks on your campus, your batchmates only, they make some kind of perception about you, right? And
Hmm.
sometimes that comes in the form of distancing you. Like,
Right.
I would not use that word ghosting you, that because that's not the right word to use it in 25 years of age. But yeah, it does happen on campus. So when somebody from 26 batch is going to think about doing something extra, doing something extraordinary or out of box, what advice, if you have experienced the same kind of thing on your campus, would you like to give it to them?
Yeah. So initially, I would say personal branding is most important, right?
Yep, yep,
The thing that you told that whether you got distance or not, I
yep.
would say no,
Mhm.
because if you involve all these people in your own attachment,
Mhm.
this people will definitely love it. This
Mhm.
happened with me initially,
Mhm.
but after some time, I was building my portfolio on LinkedIn. I was also helping some set of people on my YouTube. I almost being a mentor at Cat King, Cat to City, Prebzona, and Elite Grid.
Yeah.
I was a official GDPI mentor there. So I told my people that if you're having time, you can also help the students. So this is how I had taken almost 6 to 8 friends of mine from Great Lakes in my own venture. I founded out MBA Unfiltered in the campus itself.
Yeah.
So I made a team of 6 to 8 people in the campus as well as outside the campus.
Yeah.
So if you know how to connect to the people, you can do the wonders. Otherwise, it a little bit suffers for you, because people often think that, and at this level, at 28 to 29 years of age, when people
Yeah.
came to, people think that okay, he's doing a little bit different, but it is somewhat going extra, right? Initially it has happened with me, but after some time people also got to know that okay, he is doing something different and he is also helping the campus, because I was connecting, and I was uh, tagging Great Lakes through my LinkedIn portal in terms of official HRs. I was I was also connecting to different set of people in corporate itself, and I used to post it out of their stories of these people in my LinkedIn. So this is how these people also liked it. They are like, I'll tell you one story. I connected to one of the HR of biggest firm. He is the chief finance officer. So he is often following me on LinkedIn. And the day he came to the campus, the first question that he asked to the placement committee is Akash here or not? And by the grace of God, I was not there.
Oh,
He was like, I often follow him. I really like the way he writes, and the way he put his thoughts regarding the whole person of a business. I was like, this is the first time I realized that okay, people and all my batchmates came to me and they told me that okay, that guy was asking for you and he was asking repeatedly.
Yeah.
This is where I realized that I have done something different as compared to these 300 folks. And
Yeah.
this is how my personal branding started. Personal branding at small scale started 2023-24, but
Mhm.
B School gave me that platform to make it big. And I think, yes, I used that platform very well.
Yeah, and that works like crazy. The same kind of incident has happened with me as well. There was a guy, I would say he has been teaching us as well for some time, and who was coming from McKinsey, right? And he came to the campus and he said, Aditya, right? So I have seen you somewhere. We have met before. And he was about to say that we have met before in the bar, right? And then he got suddenly, got to realize that, we have a. I've seen you on LinkedIn. You are very proactive, and we had actually have had a session before that as well. So that sort of thing happens, even I met a lot of CEO and a lot of CXOs, CHROs from because Gurgaon is very close to the campus. A lot of events are taking place most even by every now and then, so that really works. My experience says the same. So I think we have done good conversation, and I think these all points, if somebody takes care of during the starting of the journey at the very initial phase, I think it has it has got power to transform that person. And if somebody really commits to all these process that you talked about, that I talked about, also my experience a bit of that, so it is going to make change for sure. And we are the flag bearer of Great Lakes, and we have to keep the standard high, and we have to motivate people to do good work so that our legacy speaks in volume. uh, Even now it speaks in volume, of course, but it has to go even to greater extent. So with that, I would take your final point, and I would add one more point as well before I take your point. So sorry. First, you just take your point. You take your time to add your point. Yeah. The
Yeah.
last comment. The last comment.
Yeah. Uh, Finally, thank you so much for inviting on my platform. And through our own personal connections, as well as the professional life that we follow on LinkedIn, as you started YouTube, I hope this video will reach to the masses, and
Yeah.
it will definitely help the upcoming aspirants. And we are not thinking about one batch.
Yeah.
This video will definitely reach to see. This is what has happened me. I often see the videos of 2014 to 15 batch, because the value addition that I'm going to have from these people.
Yeah.
I just wanted to follow the same approach, and give back to the community, and the college itself, as well as upcoming aspirant. Yeah, so
Exactly.
that's the final advice from my side.
Yeah. And my final comments would be, guys, do not sit comfortably. You are on the campus, you have invested a lot of money, you are going to invest your energy and so much efforts you have put in to come here. So don't let it go in waste. Try to utilize all the resources, starting with library to classroom to professors to every and each stakeholders there, right? And I would not use that word milking it, but leverage it very, 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 very well. And I know people have done wonderful job there. I can tell you, just keep on experimenting, keep on exploring. Do not sit idle. That's not going to work. I have seen in my batch people do that, but that's not something that will add value to your profile, because you are not just looking for the placement. Beyond placement, there's a journey you have to go through. So prepare for that journey, because that journey will speak for you. That's sort of thing that I want to, end my conversation with. It was a very wonderful experience to have you here, Akash. We'll have much more in the future to come. We'll have much more connections, conversations around the corner. So, and I'm really, really happy for you. And I have, as I told in the very beginning of this session, I have been, a great admirer of your work. Maybe more than the work, the kind of commitments you have for yourself, and that's the principle, that's the belief system even I do have. And I have also been through that journey. And so all the best for your journey, upcoming journey, whatever you do in the future. My best wishes to you. Do wonder, keep on rocking, keep the flags of Great Lakes high and high. Thank you so much, Akash. Once again, thank you so much, my lovely audience. This is my first episode. I think it will add some value to you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Adit.
so much, Akash. Yeah, pleasure.
Should I